Hello class, in this video I'll be showing you how to solve a trigonometric equation that's in factored form or requires factoring to solve. Let's begin. So we want to find all solutions within the interval 0 to 2 pi of the quantity cosine theta plus 1 times the quantity tangent theta minus 1 is equal to 0. Well, in order for this equation to equal 0, either cosine theta plus 1 has to equal 0, tangent theta minus 1 has to equal 0, or both have to equal 0. So I'm going to write two equations. And I'm going to start by solving the equation on the left. So cosine of theta is equal to -1. So what angle between 0 to 2 pi has a cosine value of -1? And there is only one angle, that is pi. For the equation on the right, I'm going to add 1 to both sides. And what angle between 0 to 2 pi has a tangent value of 1? There are two, pi fourths and 5 pi fourths. So those are the three solutions to this equation. Theta is equal to pi fourths, pi, 5 pi fourths. Okay, next example. 2 cosine squared theta plus cosine is equal to 0. In the previous example, the equation was in factored form. In this example, it's not in factored form. And I know that because we don't have a product of two factors here, we have a sum of two terms. But what I notice is that you can factor a cosine theta from each term. So I'm going to factor a cosine theta out and let's see what happens. All right, well now we have a equation that's in factored form because I have the product of two factors. And now that I have a product of two factors here, we know that either the cosine of theta has to equal 0, 2 cosine theta plus 1 has to equal 0, or both have to equal 0. So I'm going to set up the two equations. And I'm going to solve the equation on the left. And I'm going to ask myself what angle or angles have a cosine value of 0. Well, pi halves and 3 pi halves have a cosine value of 0. For the equation on the right, I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides and divide both sides by 2. And then I ask myself what angle or angles have a cosine value of -1/2. Well, when theta is equal to 2 pi thirds or 4 pi thirds, cosine is -1/2. So it looks like our four solutions are pi halves, 2 pi thirds, 4 pi thirds, and 3 pi halves.